Hi everybody, Anna Charles here. Welcome to Wine-Free Wednesday. This is your midweek moment to pause and get judgment-free help with changing your relationship with alcohol. And we are just deciding that we are going to dub and anoint Wednesday to be wine-free. And as I come to you each week with these little 15-minute snippets, this is all about, for me, it's all about mindset, it's all about identity and purpose, what we want to achieve with our lives and with skills, just skills to learn drinking differently. And today, I want to talk about a topic, actually a word that I hear a lot of people use, and we kind of just throw the word around. And this comes up because I was coaching with a client yesterday. And we've been working together for about a month, just a little bit over a month. And when we were first working together, one of the things he would say frequently was, and I drink because I just want to numb out. I just numb. That's what I want to do. I just want to numb. I just want to get rid of everything that's happening. And then yesterday though, he said, look, actually, I realized I don't want to numb. That's not what this is about. This is about relaxation. I have a desire. I just want to relax. I want to be relaxed at the end of the day. And this sounds so subtle, right? Numb versus relax, but it is huge because I want you to think about this. Numbing is like when we say, it's like if you put your hands into freezing cold water, right? You can't feel your hands. I mean, it's like they're not there. They are there, but they feel like they're not. And then when we take them out of the cold water, then we have all the pain, right? We start to feel the denumbing. And that's a little bit like when we have alcohol. We have the alcohol, we sort of, all my worries are gone, kind of, but we know they're there. But think about the concept of relaxing. Relaxing is all about, it's a very human thing, right? It's because we have all the busy days and so on. But relaxing is restorative. We all like to relax. We like to put our feet up. We talk about things I want to put my feet up. We literally might want to be putting our feet up. And so just that little shift between wanting to numb and wanting to relax is huge. That's the beginning. Because then the next thing we work on is, okay, so we want to relax. Yeah, of course we want to relax. How do we relax? And if we have taught ourselves that how we relax is by having a drink, then guess what? We are really skilled. We get the gold medal. We'd have the Olympic gold medal in using wine to relax. And then it becomes a matter of, okay, what other ways are there to relax? And that's the process I'm now moving through with this personal client of mine. We're looking at, so if we remove the wine, right? The goal isn't about drinking less. The goal is about relaxing. And it's just that the wine has been the conduit so far. So we start to see that, because then we start to see, I don't need the wine to numb because it's not what I want. And then we move through, I don't need the wine to relax. And can you see how different this is to saying I shouldn't drink, I mustn't drink, it's bad to drink, it's naughty to drink, it's all those things, I'm such a screw up. This is much more curiosity driven. So anyone listening, I mean, does this resonate? Do you have this feeling that you want to numb or do you want to relax? Let me know. Drop your comments there, and we can chat through that. And if you're not really, oh my gosh, Anna, I hadn't really thought about it, right? I just want you to think about this. The words we use are really important. And my lovely people, I want you to not judge yourself. Nobody needs to judge themselves for being in a position right now where we're expert drinkers, right? So we just want to accept this. I will say as well, the latest version of my episode of my podcast, 198, has come out this week. I talk about drinking to escape. And that is very much in this area of numbing and relaxing. And by that, I mean that we have all the thoughts. People say, I just want to shut my brain off. And if that is you, there's some great stuff on this week's podcast. Okay, so I want you to think about that difference. And we want to just take some time for ourselves. And we don't want to be judging ourselves. But this approach, right, this is how I work. I'm curiosity driven. I want people to get to know themselves. Identity is a huge part of this work. Because once we start to see who we are, who we can become, then it becomes really exciting. And that's when it sticks for the long term. I had a lovely client I just finished working with a couple of weeks ago, and she said, I've changed her life. Now, she's changed her life, of course, but that's how transformative this can be. And I say all this because, of course, now we're coming towards the end of September here. We're coming into October, and all the Sober October things are out there. And for the next month, millions and millions and millions of people are going to be trying their hardest, cross fingers. Can I get through the month? I'm going to do Sober October. I'm going to go sober, and even if I don't really want to. And I don't know about you, but and I've had loads of new one-on-one clients joining me. More people are finding out about my work and resonating. And one of the things we find is that just trying to be really strong and brave for the month and just going alcohol-free, even if we don't want to, we really don't learn anything. That was my philosophy. And I got so sick and tired of looking around. It's all the same stuff. So I am doing a Sober October program, but I'm doing it Anna style. And you are welcome to join with this, whether you want to go sober or you don't want to go sober, right? You just want to learn something different. And I'm kicking this off this Friday. So I want you to mark this down in your calendars because it's totally free this Friday at 12:30 Eastern US, which is 5:30 UK or 6:30 on the European continent. I'm doing a free webinar, and it's on the topic of taking back control and experimenting your way to alcohol freedom this Sober October. I am really if you've seen my social media, I'm really in this vibe of lab. I want us to get into the lab. I want us to become like super curious about ourselves, scientists. I want us to become experts of ourselves. I want us to be asking questions. What could I try? What would that be like? How would that feel? Right? This is how I work with my private clients, and I just want to start having more people, want to introduce more people to this. And so on the webinar, we're actually going to run a live experiment. I have created this, I think it's a 5 or 6, I'm not sure, I can't remember, step process. My husband is a scientist, so I've been asking him, so, how do we structure this in the scientific world? I just want to get super scientific. And if you're not a scientist, that's okay. This is going to be fun, I assure you, as I'm not at heart a scientist. But I really want you to imagine you're pulling on your lab coat, and we're just going to learn about ourselves. So we're going to run a live experiment, so you're going to be able to take something away from this. This isn't just going to be blah, blah, blah. You're going to have something, and we're going to run through it together. I will answer questions on the call, and then you can go off your merry way and you'll have something. You'll have a tool which you can then use in October. And I've got a couple of fun things I'm going to be offering, so you're going to want to join. Now, there is a replay, because I know not everybody can make that time, but in order to get your hands on the replay, you need to register. I'm going to drop the link in this in my Facebook feed here under this live. So go ahead and register, even if you think I can't make the time, because you'll get the recording. The recording will be up for 48 hours only. So it'll be up until, I think it's 7 p.m. UK time, which is about 1 o'clock Eastern on Sunday, right? So that's there. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be packed. It's going to have different stuff. Right, and so really this is for you if you just, I really want to do Sober October. I'm so sick and tired of same old, same old. All right, so, and by the way, this tool we're going to run through, this live experiment, is something you can use in any time that you want to just cut things back, or maybe you want to do dry January or any one of those other mammoth things that's going out there. Okay, that's it. So I think the experiment your way to alcohol free, I want to tell you about that. Anybody who's watching, do you have any comments? Do you have questions? If anybody's got any questions they want, if there's something you're struggling with, we've got 6 minutes. I'm very happy to respond. You can just drop your things in the chat there. I'm very happy to go over anything with you. If you're thinking about, tell me, are you thinking about doing Sober October? Do you want to come along and join my session on Friday? I do hope you do. Putting a lot into it. It's hopefully going to be fun. I know people always say it's going to be fun, but genuinely this is different, because I thought I just can't bear, for me as a coach, I just can't bear running the same old kind of thing. All right, looks like we don't. So As I always say, what I'm going to do here, because Facebook removes these videos after 30 days, I will be downloading this video, and I'll be putting it on my YouTube channel, 90 Days Later with Anna Charles, so you can find it there and you can rewatch it. Any questions at all, just go ahead and DM me. I think that's what you say on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. If you want to come along to the webinar and you can't find the link, you'll find it below, or you can always email me, anna@90dayslater.co. And if you come along to these every week and you are having success, right, you are just anointing Wednesday as your wine-free day, and just the idea, I want you to think about this. This is the power of the brain. Just the idea of deciding that we're going to make Wednesday wine-free. Maybe it's hard to start with, but then the more that becomes the habit, right, the easier it becomes. I've had a habit I've been starting about a couple of months ago. I was going to drink a glass of water a day, and because I don't drink enough water. And it's like, to start with, this is so hard. I don't want to do this. But I did it. And now it's just kind of like, that's what I do. And this is a perfect example of what we do, because changing your relationship with alcohol is really just about changing habits, right? So the more we can start to just to think about Wednesday as being wine-free, you will feel different. You will feel differently about it. All right, that's it then, I guess, for today, unless anybody has any comments. Please do come along. And by the way, also tell your friends, if you are doing Sober October, doing Sober October, and there's a group of you and you're kind of doing it together, you're going to be motivating each other, come along, share the link. More people come along on Friday. Again, we're going to do a little experiment. We're going to do it live, and I can help you look at your results, and we'll see what's what. And then that becomes then a mini experiment that you can then just take and run on your own as you go through October. All right, so I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much for being part of this. I can't believe these Wednesdays, they come around so quickly, but I'm just delighted you're here, and I'll keep showing up for you. I am here for you, right? Anybody listening, if you feel any kind of guilt, if you feel any kind of shame, embarrassment, any of those things around this, I just want you to put those to one side. It is totally fine if you need help with this. We all need help with something, and I am here to help you. Okay, so I hope to see you Friday. And otherwise, I'll see you next Wine Free Wednesday. Bye-bye.